Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Swift here, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Now, today I'll be showing you guys the best settings in Fortnite Chapter 3. Now, before we get this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as I will really appreciate it, and it does help out the channel tremendously. But yeah, let's get directly into these settings. Now, basically, I will go over every single setting, controller settings, video settings, all that, and I will have everything timestamped as well. So yeah, if you want to have a specific setting, go ahead, scroll over to the timestamp, or go to the description and click on the timestamp you need for settings. But let's get directly into our settings. First off, we're going to be starting off with video right here. Now, basically, the first thing is 120 FPS mode. Now, if you're on PS4 or Xbox One, you don't need to worry about this. But if you're on next gen and you see this, turn it on. Now, if you don't see this, you need to go to your console settings and turn on performance mode, right? Once then, this will appear. And if you still don't see it, you need to get you like a monitor. You could go on eBay, Amazon. I think they might even serve them at Walmart. I'm not sure. But go get you a 120 hertz monitor or 144 hertz or whatever. But it has to be bigger than 120 hertz. And once you do end up having like a 120 hertz plus monitor, plug it into your PlayStation 5 and you'll have 120 FPS mode. Yeah, go ahead and get you a 120 FPS monitor and you're good for that. Brightness, I have mine at 100. I think if I have mine at 150, it's a little too bright. So yeah, I have this at 100. User interface contrast, I have this at 1 times. You know, I'll turn it up just so y'all can see what it does. It just makes your stuff a little darker, but you know, I have that off. Well, at 1 time. Now, colorblind mode. If you're a more casual player, I recommend having your stuff at like recommend having it off. But if you're like a competitive player trying to, like compete with PC players, or you're just like a sweat at the game, recommend having your stuff at Triantanop 10. Because PC players, their PC brightness is really up, especially since they have like the NVIDIA control panel and stuff like that. Basically, their brightness will be completely up, super bright. They'll be able to see a lot of things. So I recommend having y'all stuff at Triantanop 10 so y'all can best compete with PC players. So yeah, advanced graphics, motion blur. I recommend having this off. Motion blur, is unless you're going for like a clip or something, you just want to make the game look decent. I recommend having this off because it really doesn't help you as much. Show FPS, I recommend having this on. You can have it off too, it doesn't really make a difference, but it just shows you what your FPS is, and sometimes I like to know what FPS I'm playing at. Now over to the game settings. Now for my matchmaker region, it's whatever your matchmaker region is. For me, mine is NA East, but if you live in like California, for an example, yours may be NA West. So yeah, change it to whatever your matchmaker region is. Language, my language is my system default English. You may speak Spanish or Italian or Japanese or something like that. Go ahead and change it to whatever language you're most comfortable speaking. Movement, toggle sprint. I have this off. I'm not 100% sure what toggle sprint does, but I just have it off just because sprint by default. Have this on, especially if you're using L stick to edit. Recommend having this on completely. Yeah, just make sure you have that on. It's very important that you have that on. Sprint cancels reloading. Have this off. This could be really annoying in the game. Uh, Auto open doors. Have this on or off. This one is like 50-50. If you're like a good editor and but you like mess up like edit doors and stuff, I recommend having this on because it could, you don't have to manually open the door. But then again, if you like playing like a game and you like 1v1 or somebody or something in the game, and y'all right by a door, and it automatically opens the door, they could probably one pump you or something. So that's why I really have it off. But it's up to you whether you want to have it on or off. Hold to swap pickup. Now I recommend having this off because I just have this off just because it'll save some time. Make everything a lot easier. Toggle targeting, I have this off too. Now, I'm not 100% what toggle targeting does, but I just have it off just because. Now I know what Mark Danger when targeting does. Now I have this on just because when you ADS, you like looking at somebody or something like that. When you ping, it automatically pings as there's an enemy. So it could be very useful, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I recommend having that on. Auto pick up weapons, I have this on too. I have this off because, I have like open the chest and it automatically picks up the weapons. That's good and all. But then again, I gotta think about it because like if I run over like a sniper and I see like a golden thing, the sniper will pick up in my inventory and I have to drop it out of my inventory. It's a lot to, explain, but I have this off. You'll be better off having this off. For item slots. Now let's go over here. This is completely preference. I have mine a shotgun, AR, and the 3 consumable items. Uh, you could turn this off as well, but these are my regular things. You could keep it normal if you really want, or some people even use the SMG as their beginning. So yeah, let's go down. Auto store consumables to the right. Have this on. It's very important unless you play keyboard or mouse and you like having your heels in like the middle or something. You can do that if you're on keyboard or mouse, but if you're on controller, most definitely have that on. Reset building choice. I recommend having this off. Uh, it's better if you have this off. You can have it on too if you really want to, but I believe it brings up the first build choice. It could be useful sometimes, but for me personally, I have it off. They say pre-edit option. This one is 50-50 for most people. It depends on like the type of player you are. Like if you're like a smarter player and you like want to hit a pre-edit after taking somebody's wall, you don't want to waste no time editing a wall or something like that, have it off. But for me personally, when I'm like editing, sometimes I make a mistake, and that's why I have it on. So yeah, turbo building. Now turbo building, have this on. It's a necessity, very important that you have turbo building on. And yeah, just make sure you have it on. Confirm edit on release. This one is a 50-50 too. Like if you want to improve on your crosshair placement and you want to confirm when you edit stuff, have this off. But if you don't feel like like confirming every time you edit something, you can have this on. It'll save you. I personally recommend to have it on. I think it's easier if you have it on. But if you have it off too, it's decent if you have it off. Because, when I had it off, my crosshair placement was a little better. I'm not going to lie to you. Contextual tips, this one is unnecessary. You can turn this off. But, if you're a new player, keep this on. Extra game options. Now, invert view, that's off. Basically, when you look down, it'll look up. And when you look up, it'll look down. So have that off. Invert airborne controls, same thing. I have this one on, but you can turn that off if you don't like the controls. Turbo delete in creative mode, it just deletes stuff instantly. Like turbo deletes it. I have this on. Tap to search to interact. Basically, what this does is when you tap something, it'll instantly search it. So yeah, I have this on. Now let's move on to the game UI. Now for our game UI, we have our HUD scale. I recommend having this somewhere through 50 through 60, because I wouldn't want it to be too big but not too small at the same time. So have this anywhere between 50 and 60. 55, 56, 57 works out too, but I'm on 50%. So spectator count, have that on. Reticle, have that on as well. Um, let's see, player health, have it on so you can see your health, of course. Resources on, shows you your maps and stuff. Mini map on. Quick bar on, target info on, pick up loot stream on, map and backpack keys on, elimination feed on, net debug stats on, quest progress on, reticle ammo indicator on, control prompt on, creative runtime on. These are all the things I have on. Basically everything, matter of fact. So yeah, so let's go over the controller options. Now, controller auto run on. Could build immediately, builder pro. This doesn't really make a difference if it's off or on. I think if you're on custom binds, but if you're on builder pro, definitely keep this on. All right. Edit hold time, have that at 0.1. Edit slide hold time. Now I know some people that have it at 0.1. It's okay if you do, but I have mine at 0.110, just because sometimes in our crouch I accidentally slide, so I want to have like that little millisecond of delay, just so I can have like more reaction time or something. Alright, build mode sensitivity multiplier, have that at 2.0. Same as my edit mode sensitivity multiplier. Could switch and match and change it depending on what play style you have. This could be a little lower if you like are more of a slow paced player, but if you're like a faster player, I recommend turning yourself up to like 2.2, 2.3, maybe even 2.4. Use advanced options, make sure this is on. This is very important. Look horizontal speed and look vertical speed, both have at 42. I recommend keeping it around like the 35 to 45 range. Don't have it too high, but don't have it too low neither. All right. Have all this to 0, turning her all these boosts to 0. Instant boost from building off. You could turn it on if you really want, but just make your life a lot easier. Have that off. ADS look horizontal speed and vertical speed, have that at 10%. All this other stuff off, 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 off. Input curve. Now this one is interesting. Like go into creative and look which one looks better. Me personally, I I say linear. Now actually, matter of fact, play like linear for a day and exponential for a day. See which one you like better and come back to this. Now most pros use linear settings as well, but and I use linear settings personally because it feels a lot better. And I can't really explain to you like linear as a whole, but I personally like linear, but if you go into creative, you'll definitely see the difference as soon as you get in there. But you can play an exponential too. Exponential is pretty good. I used to play an exponential before I switched to linear. Aim assist, aim assist strength, have that to 100 unless you want to play with no aim assist. Then have it to 100. You know. Now dead zones. Dead zones is a very interesting thing. Don't worry about these legacy settings neither. Dead zone is a very interesting thing. Now I will try my best to explain dead zone to you. Now as you can see that yellow dot that's moving, right? That's my thing right there. As you can see, there's a blue thing as well. So basically as soon as my stuff go past, I'll do this in slow motion. As soon as my stuff go past this blue thing, that's when my character will start moving. Now as long as it's below this blue thing, it'll, stay in place. Now, for some people, if your blue thing is too low, as you can see, my yellow thing is bigger than my blue thing. This is what causes controller drift. Now, basically, what you want to do is make sure your blue thing is a lot bigger than your yellow thing, because if it's too big, then it'll start causing controller drift. Same thing for your left dead zone. See which one works out best. Move it around a bit, and snap. Move it around a bit. You know what I'm saying? See which one works best for you. Like, if it's too low, as you can see, my yellow dot is bigger, so move it until your blue dot is a little bigger. And yeah, that's how you figure out the optimal dead zone for you. Don't go to 5% dead zones, otherwise this will cause controller drift. Unless you have a perfect controller that never got damaged or just never had drift in any way. Let's go down to adaptive triggers. Now, enable adaptive triggers, turn all this off. Honestly, adaptive triggers sucks unless you like going for like a realistic in-person feel. But I recommend 99% of people should have this off because, I don't like it. Yeah, you probably don't like it neither. Let's go over the volume. Now, this is completely subjective. You can have it as high as you want or as low as you want. Main volume, all the volume in the game. Turn this off, you won't be able to hear anything, I believe. Music, I have mine at 5 because the music don't blast in the lobby. Just don't like how loud the music is. And everything else is at 100. You can turn it down, turn it up, depending on, like uh, what you own or what you do. 3D headphones. Now, if you have like a Logitech mic or Logitech headset, your headphones will have 3D headphones inside of it, I believe. So what you're gonna want to do is turn this on if you do, or you can keep it off if you really want. But this is off on whatever you want to do. Subtitles. Now I recommend having this to where I do, but you can change it however you like. Subtitles is really irrelevant. You can turn it off if you really want to. But these should be the default ones. If you want to, change to solid black or have more like outlines or whatever, you could change it however you like. Yeah, go ahead, change it to your likelihood. Now, visualize sound effects. This one is interesting because depending on how you feel, like if you don't like the stuff popping up in the screen, like I do, like for example, all the feet prints, reboot man stuff, all that, I have it off just cause. But if you cause visualize sound effects is really broken. You can see people rebooting from like 300 meters away. So you like seeing that, you think you're like a more competitive player that wants to push everybody. You can see everything that's going on within like a 300-meter radius. Recommend having this on. Voice chat, have this on unless you're through like a Discord call. You can just turn this off. Open mic game on. Now you could change it to party as well. Like basically your default channel will be party or game. So yeah, that's preference based. Licensed audio. Now this one is interesting because if you're playing regularly, just keep this on play. But if you're playing like, like recording a video for something, especially YouTube, I recommend having this at mute all because if their music plays, you could actually get a copyright strike, which is kind of dumb since they have it in the game. But, if they do play this music, like if somebody do the renegade around you and you have play on, you probably will get a copyright strike, I believe. Or if you have ads, I think you'll just get demonetized. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So if you're recording a YouTube video, have me all. But for me, I have mine at play because I'm not. Well, I'm recording a video right now, but I'm not going into a game. So yeah, let's go over to our controller binds. Now this is the interesting one. This is the one where my controller binds may not matter to you, but these are my controller binds. You could try out my controller binds, see if you like them or not. I personally got mine off of somebody and I switched mismatched it a little bit, but yeah, these are my controller binds. These are your default attack binds. You can change it if you really like to, but keep it this if you really want to, because these are default attack binds. Inventory, up D-pad. Place marker, left D-pad. Map, right D-pad. I know some people that do actually edit with a map button, like right D-pad. You can see if you like editing with your right D-pad, but me personally, I despise it. I don't know how people edit like that. Down D-pad is emo slash replay. Edit mode is L stick. Now I want y'all to know if y'all edit with L stick, y'all need to have like the thing where you automatically run on. Like make sure you have that on, otherwise you won't be able to sprint. So yeah, if you have that on, and L stick is a really good edit bind. I really like L stick. I've been using it since like chapter 1, season 9 or something like that, and I've really loved it ever since. Toggle pickaxe, turn that on. That's a really good bind to have. Uh, Triangle is switch mode. That's a really good bind to have as well. You know, it's pretty good. You could change it to a circle too, because I have mine unbound completely. But or you can change it to whatever bind you want. But these are mine. Square is reload slash interact. Circle is unbound. You could change it to something if you want. Also, you know, for some people, they might have their edit button in circle. Now, I don't recommend editing it with circle. Matter of fact, because you know it's like the default edit line, and you know it could get a little hard editing with circle. Because when I think about jumping and stuff, and you probably won't be able to jump with X unless you're playing like a realistic claw where you're over 2 buttons. But yeah, I recommend having this or something. It doesn't have to be bound, but you know, but yeah. Now, R stick is crouch and repair. It's good for like repairing and stuff like that. Moving on to our build control binds. First up, we have our build binds. This L2 is my stair piece, L1 is my roof piece, R2 is my wall piece, and R1 is my floor piece. These are your regular binds. You can change it up however you like, but these are your regular build binds. Now let's move now to here. Now up D-pad is my inventory, left D-pad is my change material slash trap, right D-pad is my map, and down D-pad is my emo slash replay. L stick is how I edit, and this is how I talk on my pickaxe, my touchpad. Triangle is my switch mode button. Square is my trap picker place slash interact. Circle is y'all rotate, repair, change strap, and X is jump. And R is crouch slash slide. Now, slide. Now these are my binds. You can change it up however you like. They're basically the same as the last ones, really. Now let's move on to our edit controls. Now L2 is my reset button. I think the regular one is R stick or something, but I do recommend using L2 because it's like a mine you always hover over, especially if you play claw. You'll be over L stick all the time. I mean not L stick, L2. So I recommend using that. My select is R2. That's how I select the tiles to edit. R1 is confirm. Even though I edit on release, sometimes I do use R1 to confirm sometimes. Up D-pad is inventory. My left D-pad is unbound. Can you even place markers? I don't know if they have a place marker button or something here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Right D-pad is map. Down D-pad is emo slash replay. L stick is sprint slash auto sprint. You can't even have an edit bind, so that's why I have it like that. Toggle pickaxe is touchpad. You know, X is jump and R is unbound. Let's go over to ability controls. L2 is aim down sights. L1 is utility ability. R2 is attack slash confirm, and R1 is secondary ability. Up is inventory. Left is place marker. Right D-pad is map. And down D-pad is emo slash replay. L stick is edit. Touchpad is toggle pickaxe. R stick is crouch, slide, and repair. X is jump, and not R stick. Square. There we go. Is reload slash interact. Now my triangle button is switch mode. So these are all my binds for ability controls. And let's move on to our final one. And these are what my dead zones look like. Then again, you could just go to your controller settings and change it however you like. But yeah, that's basically it right there. Now this is your complete guide on every single setting in the game for controller settings. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, so I would really appreciate it. And it does help out the channel tremendously. Also, this video did take a minute to make since I recorded it twice. One time, I wasn't even recording. I was just talking to myself. And the second time, I had my mic muted. So this is my third time creating this video. And hopefully it turns out good. But yeah, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, so I would really appreciate it. And it does help out the channel tremendously. But yeah, that's it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.